back to my channel. My name is Aish, and this video will be a draw my life. It won't be drawing, I won't like telling the story because I tried the drawing part. It did not go well, okay? So I just like telling story, and over here if like I can put any picture, I just put the pictures over here. But yeah, again my name is Aish. So it all started on August 13 actually. August 13, 2000. That's when a Christian couple they gave birth to a daughter and like the second born. So before the daughter they had a son, and then like they gave birth to their daughter. That's all you need to know by now. But yeah, that happened, and so I was born in PIMS, so that's like a big hospital in Pakistan. If you're watching this in Pakistan, you probably know what I'm talking about. So just ignore this part. That's the people like who are in Canada or like other countries. Pakistan. PIMS is like a big hospital in Pakistan, and like that's where I was born. My mom's actually a nurse, so she was working over there, and like I popped out, and like yeah, that happened. So I was born a day before Pakistan's Independence Day. So actually like I really enjoyed it because like I always like had this, you can say like fantasy. I was like, oh yeah, people are celebrating me, like because they're starting fireworks on like August 13, okay? So I was like, oh my gosh, they're celebrating me. And then I grew up and found out that like on August 14 is the Independence Day, and that's what they're celebrating. And I was like, ouch, my ego. Anyways, my ego was destroyed. Anyways, so that happened, and like yeah, I was born on August 13. I already said. I was second born, and before me they had a son. I won't be putting a picture over here of them all because I want to give them privacy. So yeah, that won't be happening. Anyway, I feel like there's something happening over here. Okay. Bro. Okay. So that happened, and then like so I was born with my right ear closed, as you can see. I maybe like put a picture over here as well so you guys can see like what I'm talking about. So I was born with my right ear closed. I'm actually making a video about like that one topic of like my whole journey on that one. That should be, I can't promise any dates right now because we are working on that one. So I can't promise any dates on that one right now, but like yeah, that will be coming in the future. Can't say near future because I don't know what the future holds for me. But that will be coming for sure. And then so yeah, I was born, and then like my right ear was closed. It was like people thought it was a big whole mess. It wasn't, like it's just there. Okay, can't do anything about it. And then so like as we grew up, after 2 years actually, they gave birth to my sister. So like their third child, and their last child, and who was my little sister. So yeah, I have older brother, I have a younger sister, and I'm in the middle. So yeah, and the thing is that anyway, so like I know I'm messing up so much. You can say I had a really long day, and I do not feel like recording this whole again. So anyways, so my brother started going to school, and like as for me, of course, like I was since like still a little kid, so I can't go to school right away. So like I was like just staying home and like do my thing. As for my mom, like she's like a wonderful teacher because like she taught me stuff. So like she taught me alphabets before, even if I went to even before I went to school. So like you know how page was like the dot thing? Maybe I'll like resemble somewhere over here, or like we put a picture or something. She did that for me, and like she would like draw an apple, like for A for apple. So like she would draw an apple. I don't know why I did a heart and this. So A for apple. So like she did stuff like that. That like taught me, and like I love studying. So like it was kind of just helped me. So before, like because like years before I went to school, like I knew all this stuff. So yeah, she did that, and then like I remember this one day my parents just came home, and after dropping a brother off at his school, and they're like, Sarge, pack your bags, you're going to school. And I was like, I am. So like I ran, grabbed my bag, and like I went to school. So my first school that I went to okay. The first school I went to was Wahid Public School. It was like a really good school. Embarrassing story coming away. So when I joined that school, I remember on my first day, because of course you're a new student and people are gonna be like nursing you. Of course they were talking to each other and be like, oh, she's a new student. So Oops. So I know one of my classmates was like, so like I know we were coloring. I remember this scenario so well. So remember we were coloring, and he looked at me, and then he was whispering something in his friend's ear. I'm a really shy person, okay? So like when I'm doing my stuff, I'm like, I don't want people to be talking because I'm focused. Do not talk. So I'm like, I used to be a really shy person. So but I remember like he was literally like whispering in his friend's ear, and I'm like, shut up. I literally told him like, shut up. And like that's how my entrance was in school. Such an embarrassing story because like, hey, you're supposed to put a good impression, but as for me, I'm like, no, you need to shut up so I can work on my stuff. For sassy since a child. So yeah, that happened, and I remember that day when I went home, I told my family, I'm like, oh yeah, like I colored that picture, like it looks so perfect. So we went to my school, and then like we saw the picture, and they were like, oh my gosh, it looks nice. So yeah, that happened, and then like as a more of like progressed through, more of like grew up. So I was in Wahid Public for, you can say like 3 years, I think. I know like a lot of times my sister would just like join me in my school because of course she wanted to go to school as well. She saw that like both of her siblings go to school, that she was like, I want to go to school as well. So last time she was like, just join me to school, and like I know like she would be working on stuff that like, it was so funny because I remember this one scene. When I got aggressive, but yeah, like this one time, like I was working on a test, okay, and like the preparation for that stuff, like the teacher that she, and the stuff that she in the teacher gave us to prepare for that stuff, that whole material, my sister literally sitting beside me, she's working on that one, and I'm like, oops. So yeah, that happened. I think they're more of like, she's just a child that doesn't know what she's doing, because like of course this is like her sister doesn't know what she's doing, so they're more like, yeah, whatever. But like they didn't know, I kind of cheated over there, okay? Because I needed that stuff. Um, they're not even watching this video, so I'm fine. But yeah, and plus it's like in the history, so so that happened, and so like sister would like sometimes join me to my school, and they just like study with me, even though like I've already done this stuff, but like they would give her like old versions or whatever. And those days I would like be able to leave my school early as well, because my sister wants to go to home, so they were like, yeah, you can just go as well. So it was fun. And there's like so many memories I can tell you from Wahid Public. I remember this one, so like they would teach us like the days, so like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and like they would always quiz us on that one. Like, you know how they have orals, like they ask you like for oral information, and you have to answer that. So like your exam, so like people from Pakistan who like went to this stuff, you'll get what I'm talking about, okay? And as so people's like, is this new information for you? Hehe, hello. So what they did is like you can say like 30% of your final exam was on your orals. So like whatever information you like they would ask in oral and like testing, you had to answer that, and like whatever is scored in there, that was the 30% that's gonna go inside your exam, and then like the rest is like the written part. So yeah, for my orals, they would always be like, okay, name the days. I remember this because that's how I always name the days. I would be like, Wednesday, Saturday, Monday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. That's how my days went. So yeah, like I remember doing this. I was like, always did like that. I'm like, I always thought I was right, but no, she always went the wrong way. But yeah, like that was something that always happened, and like I actually enjoyed it because, hey, like it was part of learning. So another thing that is that like as a girl, as this thing, like I was in there for 3 years, and then my family had to move, so like we moved, and then I went to the educators. So my gang from the educators, yay! So I went to the educators. I was there from kindergarten till which grade was it? Till grade 5 actually. So people who are like from Pakistan, you know what I mean. So like in Pakistan, the grades go from like playgrounds, that's like PG, till grade 10, and then they have O levels and stuff like that. No, it's still grade 10. That's all you need to know. And then you can go for your master's or whatever. As for in Canada, it goes from like, I don't know how like the little under part is, but like I think it's preschool. Yes, I think it's preschool, and then it goes to grade 12. So like if you're talking about in Pakistan, I was in grade 5, but as if you're talking about in Canada, I was in grade 3 at that time. That's when like I left the school. I made a lot of good friends over there. I'm still in contact with a lot of my friends from the educators. It was back to my second school, and like made so many good memories. I'm still in contact with a lot of my friends from there. I have streaks with them. I message them. It works, okay? And like it was so funny because this one time I was later on my Facebook, not Facebook, on my Instagram. I'm like, wait, I know this person. Added that person. Another person popped out. And I'm like, I know all these people. I grew up with them. Like they were my class fellows. So yeah, like that happened. And I'm still in contact with them, like with most of them, not all of them, but most of them. Others probably don't even know that I exist, okay? Or like even if they're like, most of them probably don't remember me, because like that was like a long time ago. But if someone does, they're like, you know what her name is, or like how to spell her. We just know that she existed. I bet they don't even know my name. I bet. Anyways, so that happened, and then like I left the educators in grade 3, not grade 3. Grade 3 in Canada, grade 5 in Pakistan. And I know at that time I left it. So it was like more like, okay, so like this is where it kind of gets like intense. This is where it kind of gets intense. My family and I, we used to live like in like apartments. And we used to live on the top apartment. And like that time we were trying to make a car crash because I'm not getting into history right now, but like yeah, like a little bit we were trying to make a garage, blah blah, and our house was burned down, and that happened, and then so my whole summer break that time was spending time at different people's house, like at my cousins, at friends, because like my house is burned down. It's still like under renovation, everything's like building up again. So like I was like live with other people. Like that's my siblings did as well. Like that's how most of our summer went, because like we was like just living with people, living with cousins. At that time, like of course when you get a kid, like you don't know what's happening. But like when you grow up, like that's when you're like more of like it hits you and you're like, wow, that happened. But yeah, maybe I'll make a video about it afterwards, something that I don't know. I know when I'm gonna make it. But maybe I'll make a video about it. Again, like there's no hate against Muslims. I love you guys so much. Like you guys are the best. I'm not saying like all Muslims are the same. No, like you guys are the best, okay? I love you guys. There are some in here and there. Like there are some in Christianity as well. Like people, there are some people like, first of all, it's like human nature. Like people do stupid stuff all the time. So you can't like judge one person but just a religion because they did that stuff to you. Like no, I say this to every like Muslim friend of mine. They talk to me and they're like, don't judge us like that. I'm like, no, no, don't worry, because like I get that. There are a lot of people I met in Christianity like who can be like rude as well. Like they can do the same thing as like people, Muslim people did to us. Not saying all of them did that. Like some other people in our society did that to us. That's what I'm gonna say. But yeah, like I love you guys. Like do not take me the wrong way. Anyways, going back to my story. So yeah, our house is burned down. We spent most of our summer in living at people's houses. Even my parents were like in the house, just like more of like just building their house up for us, so like we can come back. The other thing is that like yeah, when that happened, then like my dad moved to Canada. So that's in 2015. Like that's when he moved to Canada, and 2015? No, what am I saying? That's in 2010. That's when like he moved to Canada, and like my family was like, so like rest of us, like my mom, my brother, me, and my sister, we were left behind to live with like. So this time like see like whenever like we didn't live alone. Like either like my grandparents would come and live with us, or like when they were gone, like a cousin would come and live with us, like older cousin of course. Like we always had like someone around to like just like keep us safe. I remember like we used to go to school, someone would just like this walk, so they would like drive us over there because we're not allowed to go alone because of course like safety. Especially when like you're Christians. I'm not saying like all Christians are the same. Like there are a lot of cases for sure, and like I'm definitely against those. But I don't want to I don't want to like make this a hate channel, like a hate video. Like no, no, no. But yeah, as I was talking about, so that happened, and then like my dad moved to Canada, so it was more like, okay, like I'm gonna go and make a new future for you guys. As far as like when we were small, I was really like, I was 10, so I didn't know what was happening. So I was more like, oh, I just gone. Like, we'll probably join him someday. Like, that's how what I thought. I never like thought too much into it. And anyway, so like when I was there, and then like my third school that I went to, and then of course like when my dad left, I'm like we joined another school, and the third school that we joined, my sister and I joined. My brother went to the same school like the whole time. So me and my sister went to different school. That's because my parents wanted my sister and I to be always together. And when I was supposed to get admission, I missed the admission in a school where my brother was, so I had to get admission somewhere else. But yeah, that's not the point. So yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, so like my third school that I went to, my sister and I went to is Wright Research School. I don't know if it still exists or not. If it does, then like if someone ends up to them, like hello there, and then like I know it was a really small school at that time. I don't know how it's right now. But I know it was a really small school at that time, and like I know it was like yeah, it was a really small school. Like my sister and I were the only oldest one over there. But yeah, I was actually like a head girl over there. So like more like the someone like who had to take care of all the students. So like I was a head girl over there, and I actually took a part in one of the plays that they had that was happening. First of all, like I was like, I'm a really tall girl. Not tall for a lot of people, but tall for myself. Okay? Like for all my friends. So right, the last time I checked my height, that was in October 2019, and at that time I was 5'10". I won't be shocked if I grew more because I literally came over here and I literally measured my height, okay? And then I was like just like doing something, and I was measuring my height yesterday. I grew taller. So I don't know what my height is right now, okay? But yeah, so I was a tall girl, so like they more of like used like told me to be the guy, because okay, so the play is more of like a couple, and then like so like the main moral of the whole like play was like respect to elders. So I had to play the husband, my sister played the wife, and then we had little children who were literally my class, like more like we knew each other, like we were so close and everything. So those were my children. One of them was actually the grandma, and I was like, but yeah, that happened, and it was like so much fun. Like where I decided, like it was so much fun being there. I was only there for 1 year, so I was there for my grade 6, grade 4 in Canada. You get the point, okay? So that happened, and then like and then we had to move. My mom had to move because like her job was somewhere else, so like we had to move. And then after doing a lot of research and stuff, I ended up at Applestock Grumman School. It was an amazing school, let me tell you that. Like I met so many amazing people over there, and like a lot of my friends, like they're from there, like from Pakistan. They're either from the educators or like apples. So yeah, like I met a lot of people over there, and like it was so much fun. Like I had a great time over there, and then the bullying and stuff, like everything was great. And then of course like my so I went there from grade 7 onwards to grade 9. Yeah, I went to this from grade 7 to grade 9, and then I was supposed to in grade 10, but then we had to move. Anyways, so and it was like okay, so it's like grade 7 till 9 in Pakistan, grade 6 till 8 in Canada. So that happened, and then like we got our passports and everything, so we had to move to Canada. So in 2015, that's when we moved to Canada, and started a new life. So I had to say goodbye to my grandparents. I was so close to my grandma and grandpa from my dad's side, and I was kind of close to my grandma from my mom's side. So that happened, and I had to move to Canada. I had to say goodbye to everyone in Pakistan, so I just moved to Canada. And over here, I started my high school over here. So I went to the high school, not the educator, what's what I'm saying, Holy Trinity. It was an amazing school, let me say that. It was an amazing school. Oh my gosh, how can I miss this? Um, when I moved over here to Canada, on the first day, first of all, like God bless us so much that like when we came over here, my dad literally had a whole house for us. We literally live in the same house right now, that he bought for us. It's the first house. So yeah, I'm literally talking from the basement of the room. Well yeah, so we moved over here, and then like I was helping people move stuff to like the rooms. Rooms, everything was furnished, by the way. So I was helping people like move the stuff up there because I'm like, no, I have to be nice and sweet, right? So I was like helping people do that, and I had my shoes on, like, because in Pakistan, like, everybody had the shoes on. So I had my shoes on. I tripped, literally like slipped from like top till bottom, literally like I was on my bum and boom, 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 boom. Like, I have to say my bum hurted for 2 weeks because like it hurts, okay? But yeah, that was my welcome to my house. And anyways, so like that happened, and the next day like we had church, and like people were like so happy, and like the welcome to this open hearts. Bowmanville Church, love you guys. That's actually my home church. Love you guys so much. And yeah, that happened, and then like I actually like, started like getting involved in the church. And actually like a week after we moved over here, or like more like moved to Canada, um, my mom's dad died. He was really sick, but we was not expecting him to like that soon. Like not a week even, like it was the next day of us being next day. What am I saying? So we moved on Friday, and on Sunday that's when he passed away. We got a text and like, oh, he passed away. And like of course my mom was really heartbroken over that, because like, hey, that was her dad. And, like not even been a week of her being here. So yeah, that happened, and then like in the same year, you can say, the same year? Yeah, it was the same year. My grandma died, who like I was so close to, so like my dad's mom. But we don't get there right now because I'm not there right now. So that happened, and then like my mom's dad died, and I mean it was like a really sad time for us. And then so we came in May, and then like in June they had like graduation and everything, schooling ending and everything. So I couldn't get in at that time. So like I joined in September. That's when brother joined, and like my sister and we all joined. Like that's when we actually started doing schooling. And that's a fun times. I met a lot of good people over there again. Like I'm contact with them, like most of them. And like it's good times. Like I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I did have some real good bad memories over there, but it's okay. Like stuff happens, especially when like it's your first week, not first week, first month, not first month, first year. Like a lot of stuff happens. Anyway, so like positive part. So like I started my schooling in September 2015. Yeah, and like at that time I got a job as well. Which was through church. So I was like working at a flower shop. And it was actually a lot of fun. I learned a lot of stuff from there, like a lot of stuff about flowers and stuff. And like I would like come and tell my family about it, and then like that actually like kind of helps us in the garden now. So that's pretty good from it. And then like in November, actually like that's when I was like, okay, no, like I kind of saw that it was affecting my studies, because it was more like, okay, like I'm working, and then like I wanted to give more time to my studying, because I started from grade 9, okay? So I'm like, no, like I want my foundation to be strong. So like it's more like I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave this job. So like the day I left my so that happened. I didn't leave my job yet, but like it was like in November, and then I was supposed to go on a break. Oh, what am I saying? Okay, so like this one day in November I left from my work, and then like I walked home, blah blah, and then the next day was church. So we went to church, and like that's when like I did my first involvement in church. I was doing not scripture reading, like was yeah, I did scripture reading. So I did scripture reading, and I was so happy, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, I did scripture reading. And like that day I was supposed to talk to my grandma, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna tell her about it, and she's gonna be so proud of me. And then we get a call, and it literally said like we were told that she passed away. None of us were saying I like saw that coming, because she was like a perfectly healthy woman, okay? I know we none of us saw this coming, but like the thing is that we were happy that like she died in a good life. She wasn't suffering anything like that. She was perfectly fine. So that's like a blessing for sure. So that happened, and like she passed away, and like I got so depressed over that because I was so close to her. She was there for me like since the day I was born. And then I just leave her. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm probably gonna see her like after months. And like I didn't even get to see her because like, she just passed away. And like I was like, God, why did you do that to me? Which is a testimony story. I won't get into it. There's so many videos that's coming for you guys. But yeah, that happened, and then like I kind of lost my faith, then gained it back. And then I got baptized. So yeah, like I actually like left my job, or like at the flower shop, because I was so depressed over my grandma's death. And like I started progressing bad in school as well because of course depressed over my grandma's death. But teachers understood that, and like they gave me like extra time to like catch up on the stuff that I missed, and like they were like real cooperative for sure. So that happened, and then little by little, like kind of like just got my faith together, and then like I was like starting putting myself together. My grandma started, but like it's okay, Lish. I know it happened, but like it happened for a good. I started looking for positive things, and then like I finished my grade 9 with okay marks. Grade 10, and like I nailed it because like I did everything possible I could, and like I nailed it. Grade 11 was my last year at the Holy Trinity, and it was like so much fun. Like I actually enjoyed myself a lot over there. Um, Again, it was so much fun. I had a great time at Holy Trinity. Um, a lot of boy stuff happens and girls. It happens in every high school, so like I won't get into it. But yeah, like that happened, and then I moved. Then I went to Kingsway College. So that's my last high school that I went to, and like I had a great time with it. In the beginning, like I did not have a good mindset over it. See, in grade like when I joined Holy Trinity, like in my grade 9, I was like messed up. I wanted to go back to Pakistan because I was like, I miss being with my cousins. I miss being with my grandma. I miss being with like everyone over there. So I wanted to go back to Pakistan. So like when then I kind of got like into it in grade 10 and 11. Then in grade 12 when I joined Kingsway, I'm like, no, I want to go back to Holy Trinity. Like I hated Kingsway, but like little by little, like I just started loving. I started loving being there. Like there was something that I did not like, but what can I do, right? So but yeah, Kingsway was an amazing school. Like if you go over there, like good for you. Like it's an amazing school. So I went to Kingsway. I graduated from there, and I actually graduated with $8,000 scholarship for my dream university, the university I go to right now. That's actually my dream university. Burma is my dream university, so like I was so happy when I got accepted in it. And yeah, so I graduated like really good. I didn't graduate with honors and stuff because I think for that one you have to be there for like a longer period of time. But I was just there for 1 year. I made some really good friends. Like I still talk to them. I'm actually working with one of them right now on a project, and like I'm so happy with that. And yeah, so that happened. I moved to Kingsville, graduated from there. Again, had some boy drama over there, but it's okay. And Kingsway, the thing is that like, of course, from the like my family was like not from like a pastoral background, like especially my dad. Like okay, we have a pastoral background, but like my parents are like not in like the ADRA thing. So we had to pay for our tuition, for tuition, so it was like too much. So like my sister and we had to work in the school, and like just jobs that they gave us, and like the money that we earned from that would go towards the tuition. I got lucky. I got the job of working with like one of the teachers. So I was a student assistant, and I was like just going in her office. There were so many times that like I was just like hang out in her office during lunch, and like she actually like that, and I would like just like grade. What I did for her was like I would grade stuff for her, so like assignments and stuff. I would like make presentations for her, grade presentations for her, and then like stuff like that. Like that's teacher needs help with. If she needs like some stuff to like print it, I would do that for her. Like if she needs something cut off, like I'll do it for her. So like yeah, like I was like a good student assistant. I'm like still friends. Like I'm still like so close to her. She's like more of a family to me now. So that happened, and then like once I was having my job and everything, and then I graduated, and then like I started preparing for my future life, which was the university life. So of course, like I was progressing through. So for my university, I went to Birmingham University. I just finished my first year, and it was so much fun. I had a great time. Right now, I live in Ontario, but like I go to University in Alberta. That's like 4 hour flight from here till there, and then like 1 hour drive in between. So like 1 hour from here, I'll drive to the airport. 4 hours from there, like I'll fly over there, and then 1 more hour to like reach a place. So yeah, it's like a lot of time, but like actually like I appreciate that. I'm so glad my parents supported that decision of mine because first of all, I want to experience adulthood. Okay, at home you're adult, okay, like I get that, like you get the adult feeling, but like not that much because like more like under living in your parents' roof, which is a blessing for sure. Okay, don't get me wrong, and but like I want to like learn how to like pay for my own bills and like do my grocery, like how to like manage stuff and like money and everything. So went to Burma, like that's what I experienced, and I love that. And I'm like really looking forward to doing it again because it was so much fun. That's when I met my best friend, my best friend, and then like that's when I met a lot of good people, like really amazing people. Like I miss them all so much right now because I had to move over here, like move back for now, till the pandemic leaves me. But yeah, and the other thing is that so over there I got 2 jobs actually. So I was like, so I went there as Bachelor of Education secondary, more like, so I was planning on like teaching in high school. So that's how like I went there, but like now I changed my mind. Anyways, and over there I got 2 jobs. So I had a job in the dorm, so like that's where I live. Like I'm in Alberta, that's where I live. So I had a job over there on the front desk, like where there was like receive calls or like receive packages. If anyone needed me, like I was like help them out. So I was literally like on that desk. And then the other job that I have is in the education building. And what I do over there is again like just work in the office. Just like if there needs to be stuff changed in the bulletin board, on the bulletin board I would change that. And like end of the day, if I'm the last person leaving, I have to lock the whole office, no, the whole office and the whole building. So like that's how my jobs are over there, and like I still have those jobs, so I'm like so happy over that. And other thing is that so that's right there, and like it was so much fun. And then that like I just like hung out with my friends and like studied and everything. So I just finished my first year, and I feel the second year is not for me. I'm going for elementary now. So like I'll be like taking all the classes. So like math, hate that. Science, hate that. I'll still be taking it. English, nah, still be taking it. So like stuff like that, I have to take all of it because like I'm be like teaching basics. For elementary, like it's like more of like you're teaching the base, you're studying the basics. But as for in second year, like you're getting in the depths because like that's where you like doing specialization and everything. But right now I'm going for elementary, and like that's how it's gonna be. And yeah, that's how my life is so far. I have to say like if I look back, actually someone asked me this question. I was talking to one of the deans over there in the dorm, and I told her my whole story, and she literally told me this, like she really asked me this question, and I still think of this question, and I look back and I'm like, wow, I've come this far. So the question that she asked me was that like, Zarish, look back at like 10-year-old Zarish and think about it. Would she have ever thought that like she would travel to Canada and then like go to university in Alberta and then some other stuff, but like which I don't want to get into because I don't want it to sound like I'm taking pride. But yeah, like she said stuff like that, and like she's more to ask me to like just like look back and see like how much stuff has changed. See, like actually like sometimes I'm like feeling down and like I'm thinking about stuff. I'm like no, like or like just like I'm like questioning stuff. I look back and I'm like, she was right. I need to look back and see like how much stuff has changed. So yeah, like you never know, like especially like I've noticed it. Like time just like progresses through, like just keeps going. But like when you like think about it and like just like sit down and think about it, like wow. Like I'm literally talking to you guys like 10 years after that all that happened. Like 2010, that's when my dad moved to Canada. And that's 2010. 2020, I'm sitting here in Canada, making a YouTube video, talking to you guys about this. Who saw this coming? Not me. Like, wow, like stuff does happen. Like, it's just like life just comes at you out of nowhere, and like you like maybe like think bad stuff about it. But think about it, like you have come so far. I look back and I'm like, you have come so far. Like the life that you have right now, like it's probably like a lot of people's dream, but you're living this life. So yeah, like it's just like so amazing. Like I love it. It's just too good. Oh well. But yeah, that's all. Do like and subscribe, that's all I ask for. And again, thanks so much for clicking on this video. Do like and subscribe, that's all I ask for. Bye.